Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Right, Sean, welcome to the Real Raw. Everyone, we have incredible players here with us today. Marlon Hill is a business and government lawyer with the Miami-based law firm of Weiss Sirota. He serves as legal counsel, a lobbying advocate, and strategist to startup companies, artist entrepreneurs, and nonprofit organizations, as well as governmental bodies. He is a past president of the Caribbean Bar Association and board member of the Miami Foundation and the Orange Bowl Committee. Sean, welcome, Marlon.
Marlon, hello, sir. How are you?
Hey, Sean. How are you?
Hey, pleasure to have you here. I love the Caribbean Bar Association. Like, how cool is that?
Very cool.
Yeah, awesome. So, what is your favorite island in the Caribbean?
Come on, Sean. You're gonna throw me under the bus like that, man?
How about this? What is one of the islands of the Caribbean you've been to the most?
Well, I'm from Jamaica, so I've been there the most, but my wife is from Trinidad and Tobago, so I've been there quite a bit as well.
Oh, that is awesome. It's an honor and a pleasure. And what's your relationship with the ocean? Is that a part of your world, life?
Yeah, it's a big part of my world. You know, part of my practice, I do a lot of work in the hospitality, tourism, and arts and entertainment industries. So it's a big part of our world down here in Miami, Florida, where it's now a very cool 81 degrees.
Wow. Well, and how about a fun fact, Marlon?
Fun fact, when I'm not practicing law, I am serving as an MC or as a DJ.
Yeah. Wow.
Marlon.
That's fun.
My fun fact from the world of South Florida law.
Sean, hold on. Can we see you? We can't see you. I don't know if you have the camera covered. I just want to mention that. There we go. So much better. Now we can really unpack influence as a superpower that we can see you.
Marlon, can I give you my fun fact about South Florida law as I was mentioning?
Fun fact about South Florida?
Yeah, about my legal experience in South Florida.
You're asking me or you're...
Yeah, may I share with you a fun?
Sure, absolutely.
So, are you familiar with the law firm of Rothstein, Rosenfeld, and Adler?
I am.
Yes. I was the first person to report Scott Rothstein to the FBI. I went down the former head of white-collar crimes for the FBI. He wanted $8 million from my client.
We didn't invest for 2 days. I was in his office for 4 hours with him, my client, and the former head of white collar crimes. And he blew up. I have emails from him like crazy saying he was going to ruin my reputation, destroy my life because I didn't know who I was dealing with and how amazing he was and incredible he was in every way. And I was telling him, the former head of white collar crimes for the FBI was advising my client to do the deal from the Manhattan office. This was. It was unbelievable. And because my client hadn't invested the money, the FBI took the report and nothing happened. And then like 45 days later, the FBI raided the office and the whole thing went down. So that was a fun fact about the power of deep listening and the amazing Scott Rothstein.
That says a lot about you.
Oh, thank you, my friend. So amazing fun. Gina, we got more to go at Marlin, the Caribbean bar. By the way, the Caribbean is like my favorite place in the entire world. I am blind, but I still scuba dive and have an amazing time in the waters of the Caribbean. So it's amazing to have you here, Marlon.
Great to meet you, Sean.
Yeah. Who else we got?
We have Anthony Lally. Most people know Anthony as a multimillionaire, successful real estate mogul who founded one of New York's top real estate brokerages and expanded it to over 100 franchises. He also co-authored a best-selling book called The Heart of the Deal, How to Negotiate Like a Real Estate Mogul, founded a real estate school that has since taught 47,000 students and has made hundreds of media appearances, including Fox News, CNN, and more, and has teamed up with the producer of Radical Body Transformations. And he's here with us today. Anthony Lally, welcome to The Real Raw.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
Hey, Anthony, welcome, man. You're like a busy man making things happen in the world. What's driving Anthony at this point in life and in the world?
What's driving me is the recent transformation I did. You know, I achieved so much success in my business and personal life. My health went down to the wayside, you know, literally. And I ballooned up to 315 pounds. My daughter looked at me and said, "Daddy, you're fat. I don't want you to die." The next day I joined the gym and I lost 125 pounds in 9 months and completely divested out of my real estate business brokerage really at the right time. And it forced me to sell. I made in one day what I would have made in 10 years, basically retired, and then documented every day of my journey. And now I have the #1 most watched fitness documentary on Amazon Prime. It's called From Fat Lolly to Six Pack Lolly. And now I made people millionaires. Now I'm helping saving lives. That's really my mission now, is really to save lives around the world through fitness.
Oh, Anthony, brother, pleasure. Extraordinary story. And what's a fact besides all that? Like, what would we not expect to learn about you other than this amazing transformation?
Well, I mean, I play the piano, classical music. I like playing piano, which I don't do much in public, but I do privately. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, extraordinary. Wow. It's an honor and privilege to have you here.
Thank
you. Marlon, we got Anthony, Gina, and we got some judges today.
We got some judges. Dan Geltrude, the sought-after financial and political expert who is frequently interviewed on TV, radio, and in print, and often referred to as America's accountant. He's become the go-to expert for major media outlets for all things finance, economic, accounting, and tax. And in 2010, Dan was appointed by the governor of New Jersey to the New Jersey State Board of Accountancy, where he continues to serve and teaches various accounting courses at Montclair State University. Welcome, Dan Geltrude.
I'm the best-selling author of Financial Karma. Dan, how are you, sir?
Doing good, Sean. How are you?
I'm doing well. I've heard of this man, Dan Geltrude. It's an honor and a privilege, my friend.
Same here.
And what is your fun fact for today?
How about this one? So before he was running for president, I met Donald Trump and Melania at the Trump International Golf Course. I happened to be there with Governor Chris Christie. So I was having a conversation with the three of them. So it was Governor Christie, Donald Trump, and Melania Trump. And in the middle of the conversation, Donald Trump says to me, totally catching me off guard, he says, "Dan, isn't my wife gorgeous?" So I didn't know how to respond to that other than say yes. And then once he got that affirmation from me, he went right back into his conversation. So it's not meant to be political, just one of those strange but true stories.
Wow.
I don't know if he thought I was a beauty contestant or a beauty judge as opposed to the Real Raw, but I played along.
You judge it all. And my fun fact, can I give you a fun fact, everyone?
Sure.
Dan Geltrude is my accountant. So Dan is America's accountant, be my accountant, national TV appearances, best-selling author, extraordinary human being. Dan, it is an honor and a privilege.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, we got some more. I had no idea Dan was going to be here today. It's awesome.
Yes, our next judge, Sean, hailing from 10 minutes away from me, Rich Goldstein, started his firm, Goldstein Patent Law, immediately after graduating from law school more than 26 years ago. He has obtained more than 2,000 patents for his clients and is the author, yes, of the American Bar Association's Consumer Guide to Obtaining a Patent. There it is. Welcome, Rich.
Some smart people today. Rich, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much, Sean.
Yeah, really appreciate you being here. So, what's happening in the world of patent law? What's cutting edge stuff that you're up to?
Oh, cutting edge. I mean, that's the thing, is it's always something different every day, which is what brought me into the field. I get to work on something different, some type of different project, literally every single day, at least. And so I guess that's what's new, is whatever's on my desk this morning.
Very cool. And how about a fun fact, Rich?
Fun fact. Ooh, I'll go with just kind of like Anthony was saying that he plays piano. I've been playing the piano my whole life too, but I started playing the guitar during the pandemic.
Nice. What do you like to play?
What's that?
What do you like to play?
Rock and roll.
What's your favorite rock artist?
Pink Floyd.
Nice. Nice. Are you a Bruce Springsteen fan?
To some extent. I mean, I'm a transplant to New Jersey. I'm from New York, so if I was a native New Jerseyer and I didn't say yes, there would be something wrong, right? But I do like Bruce Springsteen.
Well, I only bring up the Bruce Springsteen access because first, I'm a huge fan, but more importantly, Gina has a very fun Bruce Springsteen story that we will leave for Unblinded After Dark. So, Rich, it's a pleasure and honor to have you here today.
Thank you so much, Sean.
Awesome. Gina, besides your Springsteen story, who's next?
Yes. Up next, we have Tommy Luke Bolig. As a martial arts grandmaster, Tommy runs 80 schools in 15 countries and is in the process of establishing Wing Chun as the predominant martial art for women. He trains international police and military units around the globe and currently conducts virtual self-defense classes to hundreds of embassies. As the martial arts keynote speaker, he has spoken at many events, including NASA's Ecosystems 2030 conference. Yes, Sean, Ecosystems 2030.
Present. Tommy, welcome.
Thank you so much, Sean. So good to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
Extraordinary background. What a day of rock stars we have here today.
Right?
Yeah. And what is your fun fact, Tommy?
Well, fun fact. I just wrote the concept for a TV show called Sports Meets Sports that I'm trying to get to the States. So, yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful. And can we ask you a question about a critically important issue that is pressing on the minds and hearts of everybody here today?
Of course.
Yes. Are you a fan of Sensei Kreese, Sensei or Sensei Johnny? Like, who's your?
That's a very, very hard one to answer. But I saw the whole show twice, so I kind of like both of them. But I think Johnny speaks to me the most.
That's extraordinary. Johnny has won the hearts and minds of the people. Gina and Tommy, what would you say about martial arts? I mean, obviously, you're a person of extraordinary influence and impact in the space. What does it mean for you and for people?
That the show came out once again?
Just about martial arts in general.
Martial arts in general. To be honest with you, it changed my whole life, and I saw so many people whose lives got changed by training martial arts. It is something that doesn't just condition your body, but it does so much for your self-confidence. And having that kind of self-confidence, that you walk into the world with it, actually gives you the chance to be much more certain in potentially dangerous situations. So if I have a conversation with parents that are looking for something for their kids, and martial arts comes up, I think it has just so many benefits to it, apart from just the physical aspect, that it's a no-brainer for me. Yes.
Oh, awesome. Honor and privilege to have you here. Tommy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We got like a crew today, Gina, and we have another rock star. Please.
Yes, we do. Kayla Olson is our role player today, Sean. She is the Unblinded Director of Partnerships and is known as the Queen of Partnerships and Sales. She's all about creating powerful relationships that are in alignment, for she believes it leads to magical business growth. And she has helped clients reach thousands of customers through events and online media. Welcome, Kayla.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here, meet all you amazing people.
Kayla, how the heck are you?
I'm so good. I'm so good. I love that. I'm sad that Bella's power is out, but I'm super happy to jump in today.
Love having you here, and thank you so much. And Kayla has been a big stage booker for incredible people across the influence space, the biggest names in the business. And Kayla, how about a fun fact for you?
Let's see. I went swimming with sharks in the Maldives.
Wow.
Kayla,
What'd you say?
what kind of sharks? Do you remember, or do you remember?
Yes. So we were on the hunt for whale sharks.
Wow.
We saw that plus a lot of other ones, and I'm really bad with names, but I just know there was sharks.
You guys whale sharks in the wild?
Yes, you can do it in the Maldives.
That's spectacular.
It's insane.
Wow, you swam with them in the wild? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
The wild?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
They say it's really safe.
They say it does. Sean does that in New Jersey, by the way. Did you hear about that?
I mean, yes, fun fact is I'm a blind guy that surfs, and I was bumped by a shark about 2 months ago. And that was definitely an interesting way to start the morning. And then a week later, I felt like a presence around me. And I do have some peripheral. I can't see anything centrally. I have some peripheral. And a dolphin jumped out of the water about 10 feet away and scared me to death. Like I was alone, nobody in the ocean. And after the shark bump, having like that presence, like boom, like for a split second, it was like, I'm going to get eaten by a sea monster. So that did happen. Yes. So what are we doing here? This is like Unblinded. This is Real Raw. And what is the genesis of all this? I mean, the quick nutshell version is 24 years ago, I had the unique privilege working at one of New Jersey's largest and most prestigious law firms to realize, with no relationship capital, $100,000 in debt, that I had no idea how to be in control of my own destiny and future, because the people that were caused leadership, they caused marketing, they caused selling, they caused recruiting, and I had none of those skill sets. Despite going to Columbia University and being a 4-year starter, Division I college baseball captain, I had hoped to go on and play professionally, but my vision began to deteriorate from retinitis pigmentosa, which leaves me blind today. And by the way, spokesperson for the American Foundation for the Blind. I said, hey, I got to figure out whether or not I could do any of this, because I'm on the road to going blind and I'm going to have no money. And this is going to be an extraordinary challenge. So I figured out that there was a way to build and scale and grow integrally. I built a 40-person law firm in a little under 2 years. Marlon, by the way, not by running a Ponzi scheme by Scott Rothstein, thank you very much. And then went on to build a coaching and training development company, exited my first law firm, built a second law firm so I could do the thing I was most proud of in my life, be a business owner, not operator, there for all but 9 of my kids' 1,000 games. And what I stand for in the world, after having the privilege now of speaking on Tony Robbins' stage 10 times, lecturing around the country and a bit around the world, that influence is in fact a superpower. Integrous influence is acquirable, transferable, and by the way, measurable. And that's what causes people to have the extraordinary reach and pull, as some of these very fine folks that are here today. And we're going to unpack that and we're going to have some fun. So Gina, final, your fun fact before we say adios for today.
All right, quick fun fact. I'm Dan Geltrude. It's really more about Dan and my sister. He hung out with my sister in college. So we share.
No stories about me and your sister.
And I just You know, Sean, I heard that they had some fun with lots of. Her friend was his girlfriend. I got that clear, Dan. I'm clear on that. But yeah,
If Dan pulled a Bruce Springsteen with your sister, with you,
maybe not with me.
Right.
Maybe my sister. I'll have to ask. But that's what I got today. Thank you so much, Sean, for like having me here. I appreciate all of you stepping up. Have fun, everyone.
Bye, Gina. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Kayla, are you ready to rock and roll?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay. So Marlon, I have either a 1 or a 2 under the desk. Do you think it's a 1 or a 2, sir?
You said 2.
It is a 1. So that means Anthony has won the toss. Anthony, would you like to go first, or would you like to throw Marlon under the bus and have him go first?
Don't mind. I'll go first.
Awesome. Okay. So Anthony, Kayla will be anybody you want her to be. She can be an ideal client. She could be an ecosystem partner. She could be anybody, like an avatar, herself, a name of somebody famous. Who would you like her to be? And it's about 6 minutes. We're going from hello to yes, like not Boiler Room meets Wolf of Wall Street. You don't have to make a sale. It's that integrous connection moving to a yes. So who would you like Kayla to be?
She can be Paul Walter Hauser, which is the actor that's in the show you guys were talking about, the karate, the Cobra Kai. He's also, so wanting to lose weight.
That yet? Do I need to have watched that first?
No, he's also the star of Richard Jewell. He's just an obese actor.
Okay.
And he's getting typecasted, and he needs help. He wants to lose weight. He saw my documentary, and he's feeling like this career of his is going to kill him as much as it's making him successful, and he's a rising star.
Okay.
So he wants the help, and but he's a rising star, and he's going to turn down millions of dollars of opportunities in acting jobs,
Because he wants
but it could cost him his life.
Okay.
All right. So Kayla, you're Paul, and you got to choose like life or career. Are you ready?
Cool. And Anthony, we stopped just halfway, so it's going to be 3 minutes first, right, Sean?
Yep. About 3 minutes to go halfway through. So judges in the first round, Anthony is not trying to move Paul all the way to a yes. It's about the depth of connection, opening the listening, and putting something at stake. So sound good, Anthony?
Yeah.
All right. Take us in, please. Kayla, Paul.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, this is Kayla. Who's this? Or Paul?
Oh, I'm Paul. Is that what it is?
No, I'm Paul.
You're Paul. Which one?
Paul.
I'm Paul or you're Paul?
I'm Paul.
Okay, great. So, hey, Paul, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good today. How are you?
I'm very good. So I was told you're inspired by my weight loss journey, and potentially you want to do the same thing, correct?
Yeah, kinda. I kind of do. I kind of don't. Like, definitely inspired by your weight loss journey. Don't really know how you did that. But I'm kind of in the middle right now.
Well, tell me, what is it that's on your mind? What's worrying you right now? What concerns do you have that initiated you wanting to contact me in the first place?
Well, I'd really love to know how you did it, but also, like, I really need to do it. I'm really unhealthy. And so I have part of my life pulling me that way, but the other part is it's kind of my job to be this way. And
right.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do if I got healthy and I lost all this money and lost my career.
Well, I realized that too myself, because at the end of the day, health is wealth. You know, when you're sick, you only want one thing. When you're not sick, you want a lot of things. So the main thing is prevention is cheaper than cure. So you have to think to yourself, where do you want to be in 5 years? Will you even be here in 5 years? That was what I thought. When I was in the hospital with sleep apnea and basically just eating myself to death, I had to really think. And, with millions of dollars and so much success around me, I only wanted one thing at that point, which was my health. And I was lucky because I'm 43 now. I know you're 35. And I was playing the age card. I said, I can keep this thing going to maybe 50, 55. But, you have to say to yourself, what do you really want out of life? Will these opportunities come back to you if you look like a totally different person?
Hey, Paul, got a quick call for you to take. There's like a new role and they're looking for somebody, who's maybe not in the greatest of shape. So can you bounce right back to Anthony a sec?
Sure. Sounds great.
All right. Awesome. All right. So Anthony, how is that for you?
Great.
All right. So we're going to come back with the judges in a moment. Marlon, are you ready to go, sir?
I guess so.
All right. So who would you like Kayla to be?
Who would I like Kayla to be? Someone fictional or someone real?
She could be she could be fictional or real. And it's about going from hello, any yes that you're seeking in the world. She can go from hello to yes.
Let's say recently retired Jeff Bezos.
Nice. Look at this. Fun day. All right. Jeff Bezos of Amazon fame. Are we correct, Marlon?
Yes.
Yeah. So you ready, Kayla?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Amazon, let's see, sent a millionaire, right? Or I'm sorry, sent a billionaire. Excuse me, sent a billionaire. Here we go.
Hello, Jeff here.
Good afternoon, Jeff. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I don't know. How are you enjoying your trip to Mexico?
Oh, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Best. It's so sunny.
Is it great to get some time off?
Yes, very much so.
Tell me about that. What is it like in the transition, leading Amazon and taking some time off?
Yeah, I love the time off. I love the break. Real quick, who is this?
Oh, my name is Marlon Hill. I'm an attorney in Miami and practicing business law, and I was connected to you by another mutual friend.
Cool. What friend, and what can I do for you today?
Well, I recently moved to my new law firm, Weiser Roda in Miami. I'm settling it into a new job, and he thought that your company expanding to South Florida and Latin America and the Caribbean, that it would be a good opportunity for me to introduce myself.
Cool. Well, nice to meet you. Yeah.
So tell me, what is your biggest challenge in your transition of leadership with Amazon, and what challenges did you leave behind?
Well, as you know, Amazon really did not hurt during coronavirus. We did really well. And yeah, I just saw the opportunity to be able to hand it over and be able to be with my family and travel the world. I do think I might get bored pretty soon though.
Well, as an Amazon Prime client of yours, I can definitely tell you that my wife is a very happy pandemic customer.
Great. Good to hear.
In addition to that, though, we are looking forward to the growth of Amazon in the new facility that you're building here in South Florida. A lot of people are excited about that, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm hoping it will help provide a lot of new job opportunities for people.
The shovel is already in the ground, and a lot of people are excited about the growth, especially in the community that we both grew up. You went to Palmetto Senior High School. I went to Miami Southridge, both from South Miami-Dade.
Oh, fun. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a part of Miami, Jeff, where we don't have a lot of growth or connectivity with business companies. So it's a real extraordinary opportunity to potentially be part of Amazon's growth in Miami-Dade.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Hey, Jeff, you got a quick phone call. Richard Branson's calling. He's like fighting with you. Come to Necker. Larry Page is calling. It's like they want to like come all over the place down there and hang out. So maybe we could pick this conversation up with Marlon just in a moment. But Richard needs you.
On my way.
All right, awesome. Marlon, how was that for you?
It was good. We're getting there.
All right. Yes, we're definitely getting there. So let's go to the judges. Dan Geltrude, America's accountant. What do you have for Anthony? He's like saving people from themselves and like causing people to get in great shape and make the right choices. So what do you have, sir? 30 seconds of feedback, please.
Sure. So in my view, when you're trying to make that deep connection, there's two paths to take. You want to connect with people either avoiding pain or seeking pleasure. To me, that's the connection. So what Anthony was doing is to try to draw a parallel between him and Paul in terms of that avoiding pain because he's fat and he wants to do something else. So to me, I thought that was a good inroad to take him from the avoidance of pain, which is I'm too fat, to seeking pleasure, meaning I feel good and I could move away from typecasting.
Love it. And your score, Dan?
What's the, is it the 1 to 10 or 1 to 5?
1 to 10.
I would give him an 8.
Nice. And for Marlon?
So do the same thing with Marlon?
Yes, sir.
So Marlon, Marlon, look, here's my view of this. You're speaking to the richest person in the world. You don't have a lot of time to connect. So you really have to, I thought you were making too much small talk. In my mind, I'm dealing with Jeff Bezos. I've done my homework. Where do I make my connection to his underdog story, draw it to you, and somehow go from there? Again, when you have somebody that's that rich, avoid pain, seek pleasure. This is someone who has everything. So I think you got to figure out, because you drew a tough one in my mind, how do you actually draw a parallel to someone like that to make a connection? I would go back to his roots as the son of an immigrant.
Nice. And what was your score, Dan?
7.
Thank you, Dan. All right, Rich, what do we have for Anthony, please?
Okay, so Anthony, I love the pace of it. I mean, I love that you really like slowed it down, and the questions you asked seek to get into his world, right? And I love the way that you try to leverage your own story to be the reason why he needs to take action. So I thought that was really awesome. I think we're almost out of time for Anthony.
Yeah. So what would you have as a score, Rich?
I'd give him an 8.3.
Nice. And how about for Marlon?
Okay, and Marlon, I thought the way you generated rapport in the beginning of the conversation was just truly excellent. I mean, like you really did create that rapport, and kind of as Dan indicated, you didn't move on from there fast enough. Like once you had that rapport, you continued to make small talk. And if you're talking to someone of his stature, you really he needs to get a sense of why you're even in this conversation after that's established. And so I think that's what was missing. And I'd give you an 8.0.
Nice. Excellent job, my friend. And Tommy, throwing like spinning roundhouse kicks and all sorts of things, or spinning back kick, I guess. What do you have for Anthony?
Yeah, let me give you some feedback to these rock stars. So first of all, Anthony, I really like the way that you spoke to Paul. One thing, if there's one thing I could say, is I would have increased the pain a little bit when Paul opened up a bit more. And I would have asked, how did you actually feel in these situations? And what kind of an effect or long-term effect do you think this would have if you would carry on with the way that you're doing it right now? But I really, really, really liked a lot the way that you presented yourself, and the way that you actually spoke from your own experience. So to me, it's an 8.2.
Nice. And your score?
An 8.
Oh, an 8. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes. Mm-hmm. No
for
problem. For Marlon, I love the way that you started into the conversation. I love the way that you created rapport. Hey, we went to the same kind of school and we were from the same area. I would have loved it. If I would have been Jeff, I would have loved it. But I do. I'm with the other guys when it comes to pulling the trigger maybe a little bit sooner. But apart from that, I think it was excellent. To me, it's a 7.5.
Excellent job, my friend. And we are ready for round 2. Kayla, ready to step back in as the one and only Mr. Jeff Bezos.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Marlon, Jeff is back.
Hi, Jeff here.
Hey, Jeff, thank you for coming back. Greatly appreciate you taking the time out.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Jeff, we know that you are facing some serious challenges in the expansion of your property and your operations here in South Florida. My law firm has extended experience myself for over 25 years in solving some of those problems. We'll greatly appreciate an opportunity to show you how we could resolve some of those challenges.
Yeah, sure. What are you thinking?
Well, we'd love to speak with your head of real estate and your land use division. We certainly have a full team here that has been resolving those issues here in South Florida. And from there, we can show you how to save a few dollars on the bottom line.
Yeah, and you've done this before with big companies?
Well, I'm celebrating my 25th year as a lawyer in this field. And I just also finished running for the county commission in the same area where, competed competitively. So I'm very familiar with the geographic neighborhood, and we have seen these issues before.
Cool. Well, I know that this part of the department's already working on some things like that, but I'm sure they'd like to see other options.
Well, we certainly just want to, give you the chance to open up the lanes to see what options they are. You can compare it, make a best decision. We're just seeking the opportunity to present our credentials and our solutions to you.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, thank you for your time. Enjoy the vacation with the rest of the family and your transition and leadership as well. Looking forward to seeing what you accomplish next.
Cool, thank you.
Excellent job, Marlon. I'm coming back in, guys, on video. Had a little bit of technical difficulty. For Marlon, excellent work. How'd that feel for you?
Pretty good. The feedback from the judges was pretty good in regards to getting to the point. And I think I've already established some sort of personal rapport. He opened up that lane. So my next step was to opening up the door for the opportunity. And that's all I'm asking for.
Oh, nice, Marlon. Hey, Marlon, if somebody was going to go on a trip to Jamaica, what would you say are like the can't miss things to do on that beautiful island?
The must do. You must go rafting on any of Jamaica's main rivers. Bamboo rafting. Your significant other will never forget it.
That is absolutely awesome. And I happen to be a huge James Bond fan. So I understand that there is a James Bond tour, which actually takes you past where Ian Fleming wrote James Bond and some of the other extraordinary spots in the island where some of that happened. Are you familiar with that tour? And
very familiar. My law firm and myself, we represent the Jamaica Tourist Board for the last 20 years. So if you're going to Jamaica, you have to definitely give me a phone call. Aracabessa, where James Bond wrote many of his films on the north coast of Jamaica, is a must visit.
Yes, well, thank you for that, Marlon. Awesome. So, Anthony, we have Paul back, and Paul has just been offered another position, locking in his neural connections more deeply with his current state of health, which you're trying to help him with. So, Anthony,
Paul,
you're ready for Paul?
I'm ready for Paul. Hey, Paul, thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
While you were away, I made a couple phone calls because I see what your dilemma is. Your issue is you don't want to sacrifice that you're red hot right now and all the offers and opportunities that are coming your way to capitalize on your stardom, but you're getting typecasted. So I made some phone calls and I figured, why don't we kill two birds with one stone? I spoke to the people at Mark Wahlberg's production company. He's big into fitness. And we decided that if you want to take advantage of this opportunity, we could do something similar where we would film your weight loss journey and we would call it Chasing the Lead. Because I remember you told me that you'd love to be a lead actor and not some character actor playing the obese funny guy or the guy who's always down on his luck. So what we could do is similar to what Adele and all of these stars do with their transformations is film this entire thing, make it something huge, And the whole world will not only relate to your struggle because you said you're having a baby in 4 months, your first child, but you'll be the poster child for transformation success, and it will catapult your stardom to the next level, and you'll be on the Brad Pitt level as a main leading actor because you're a handsome man, you got the beautiful blue eyes, now you need the rocking body to go with it. And I will be with you every step of the way.
Impressive, Anthony. You know, that was the one thing I was thinking about today. I think it's hard, but I kind of would rather be big, fat, and have money than skinny and poor. Is that weird? But I think you've kind of figured out that solution for me. I don't have to be skinny and poor.
Exactly. Doesn't have to be a choice. You can have it all.
Okay. And you have proven this before with other
I'm living proof.
Okay.
You know, if my documentary got 4 million views in 6 months, just imagine what you will get as a Hollywood actor. You know, it's an amazing story, and it's a very relatable story because it's very similar to what a lot of people struggle with, and not only people in the obese community, but just people with addictions, period, because obesity is just an addiction. So we'll make this thing so relatable to the whole community that's suffering through some sort of addiction and crisis.
Okay, well, let's give it a try.
Do it.
Very nice. Anthony, excellent job. How'd that feel for you?
Oh, great.
Excellent. So Anthony, would be cool with you if I jumped in as you for a second and you were Paul. Would that be fun?
Yeah.
All right. So let's do this. So Paul, thank you so much. I know you only have about 3 minutes today. I'm extremely grateful that you took the phone call.
Of course.
Yeah. Hey, so Paul, my name is Anthony, and I've had the unique distinction of having the most watched documentary in the space of health on Netflix. And I just have a question for you. Like, I see the rising of your stardom, loved you in Cobra Kai, know that you're coming in like lead positions now and you're hot as could be. Like, what's the ultimate vision for you? Like, where do you see the career going? Like, what's it all about for you?
Well, you know, Hollywood is feast or famine. Today you're hot, tomorrow you're not, you know. So if you're lucky enough to have a lucky break like I did, I mean, I've been acting and waiting tables for 15 years, and just now is my red hot streak, you know. So I got to ride this wave. You know, my managers are telling me that, you know, I mean, I was the star of Richard Jewell. I'm the star at 340 pounds, but I didn't win the Oscar for that, but my co-star did, Kathy Bates, which was awesome. And, you know, now I'm friends with all of the Hollywood A-listers, and they love my acting chops, you know.
And brother, you have them at an extraordinary level. And I know we got like a minute to go, a minute and a half or so. But here's my quick question. You know, with this entire vision, I know you have a young child. Like, how are you feeling? Like, what's present for you around your health and like vitality, like all those things? Like, what's the vision? Where are you? What's the vision for that piece? You know, because the pace you're keeping, the people you're running company with, I mean, extraordinary, but like, how you feeling? How you doing energetically?
I mean, it sucks. I lost 30 pounds, and then I got a phone call from Spike Lee to do the 5 Bloods, but he said, you got to put on 30 pounds. And this is what's happening. So like, I'm literally dying with my career.
I mean, brother, and so I didn't expect you to go all the way there. Like, how does that feel for you? Like, what's present? You just said dying, like, for your career. Like, what's present for you around that?
I mean, I feel it's bittersweet. I'm happy that I'm finally, all the hard work is finally paying off. I'm sad that it's making me sick.
Yeah. So final 30 seconds. Again, my name is Anthony. I've gone through an incredible transformation in my own life. Would it be appropriate to spend 30 minutes unpacking this in a little bit longer format, Paul? Because like, what if you could have both? Because so often people think it's a choice, but what if you could have both? I'm not saying I'm positive you can. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. But in a half an hour conversation with your acting prowess, your looks, your energy. I can't imagine that the only thing available for you are going to be roles where you have to be overweight. I can't believe that's possible. Like maybe it is, like maybe that's all that there's there, but we spent half an hour, we might find there's another access point and a conversation around your health overall, for your daughter, for your life, your vitality, your energy, and your legacy. So would you give me the honor of investing another 30 minutes with me to talk about this?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's pause. How'd that feel for you, Anthony?
Felt great.
Okay, awesome. So let's go to the judges then real quick. Dan Gill, let's go reverse order actually. Let's start with, actually this time let's start with Rich. Rich, what did you have first for Marlon?
I muted myself. So Marlon, first of all, I thought it was great, like the amount of confidence that you had in having this conversation with Jeff Bezos. And I think though it's important to find the limit of that. Like, you know, when for instance, he says like, so you've worked with big companies before, and you're like, well, yeah, sure. Like you would, you know, compelled to maintain that level of like, yes, I've handled big clients, but obviously there's no one as big as Amazon, like he's the biggest, right? And so that's an opportunity to maybe inject a little humor into it, like, and just recognize like, well, yeah, some big companies, but you know, right? And that you can maintain connection by just acknowledging the fact that of course he's the biggest fish you ever landed, right? Or would potentially land. So it'd just be a way to stay connected to it. Not, you don't have to always pretend, you know, that you're like the pro, like on that level, right? You know, so you want me to give feedback?
And what was your score?
My score, 8.2.
Nice. And yeah, if you give some feedback for Anthony, please.
And so for Anthony, so I really enjoyed the way that you presented a custom solution. It kind of showed that you would listen to Paul before, and you kind of had this great idea that you know, and what you conveyed was the fact that you were going to be in it with him in the solution. Like, I'll be with you every step of the way, and like it really was a lot of kind of like you know, camaraderie and excitement about this custom idea, custom solution you created for him.
Nice. And your score?
And my score is 8.6.
Rich, appreciate that. Thank you very much. America's Accountant. What do you got, my friend?
So Marlon actually did something that I thought was really interesting, because he seemed to pivot, meaning I'm making an assumption that this was intentional, that you're speaking to the richest man in the world, but he's not going to get that granular with things. So you said, I could connect with the person that handles your real estate. So it was a different way to go from hello to yes. You got a yes from him to a different access point. That caught me off guard, but I thought it was actually a brilliant move.
Nice. And your score?
So I gave that an 8.5.
Nice pickup, America's Accountant.
Yeah, and then Anthony, listen, Anthony went for the jugular. I mean, he gave all the reasons for Paul to go with him. It was like impossible to say no. And on top of that, he added the credibility of saying that he got Mark Wahlberg on the phone. So I mean, he had it all covered. I was so impressed by the way he handled that. I would give him a 9.5. I would have given him a 10 if Sean didn't show up and show me what a 10 was. So I had to back him off and give him a 9.5.
Thanks, Dan. And Dan, you're extraordinary as always. And how was your day today on The Real Raw? P.S. If one of your like hotshot colleagues is like, I don't know, on this Real Raw thing, what would you say, Dan? Come on, for real.
The Real Raw is the real deal, period.
All right. Well, thanks, brother. Rich, by the way, how was your day on The Real Raw today?
It was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. I love, you know, I love these types of conversations. I love conversations around sales, around influence. Great people, great group of people. So yeah, very good.
Thanks so much for being here today. Tommy, what do you got, my friend, for Let's Go Marlon?
Let's go for Marlon, yes. Obviously, the most difficult point of the conversation was when Jeff asked if you already did something like that with big companies. And I really like the way that you established that you already have a lot of experience and expertise in this arena, and how you broke down that you can help him. I maybe would have asked what's in the cards for him now, just in order to understand better where he is right now, similar to the way that Sean did it, so that you're able to tailor an offer for him. I liked it very much. I would have given him an 8 again.
Excellent. And how about for Anthony, my friend?
I was kind of speechless. I really like what he did. What a storytelling. He established himself as the guy, you know, he was already working for him. He had Mark Wahlberg on the phone, like you said. He offered something amazing to him by bringing Brad Pitt into the equation, saying, you know, this is where I see you. And well, then that he actually was living proof of his formula. I liked it so much. I gave him a 10.
Boom! Excellent job. Excellent job, Anthony. 10s are not common in the Real Raw space. Tommy, how was your day in the Real Raw today?
Fantastic. Loved it so much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for being there. Yes, let's go with Anthony. Congratulations. Great job. How was your time today?
It's amazing. Thank you so much. It was great. It's actually a true story. Believe it or not, that scenario I gave you is a true story. We're going to be doing something with Paul in 2022. Mark Wahlberg, The Rock, a bunch of people involved, and he's going to finish 2021 because he already signed commitments to a lot of movies. He's an awesome guy. He's going to have a baby in a month or so. Really nice guy, and hopefully everything turns out well. So I'm excited.
All the best on Anthony. And Marlon, loved you being here, representing not only the world of Miami, but the entire Caribbean. So how was your day today in the Real Raw, Marlon?
It's always an extraordinary day when you have zero expectations and walking into a room and you walk away with gifts filled in your arms. Connecting to my fellow contestant, Anthony, I'm sure we can do some things together. If you haven't done your trademarks already for your company, Anthony, I'll do them for you.
I definitely have some good stuff going on in Miami. A good friend of mine is franchising his lobster business. He's expanding in Miami. So he used to be an executive in my company, helped us go national, and he's already on his 16th location and he's planting his flag. So I got some good referrals for you.
Absolutely. So if you haven't done your trademarks yet, Anthony, I'm happy to donate it on behalf of the Real Raw. But thank you for having me here today and teaching me about confidence with humility.
Awesome, my friend. Marlon, super appreciate you. And, you know, we'll go with this. For all of us, we're here because we want growth. You know, for a lot of the fine folks here, I think economically, I think people are doing, you know, quite well. And then I think we talk about scale and time freedom. And once we kind of have that, then it's about impact. And I'm sensing a lot of impact desire from the crowd here today. And with all of that desire to create impact, from Martin Luther King to Oprah Winfrey to Bruce Springsteen to Bono, and you take your pick of the influence, person with massive leadership and influence, like not Instagram following influence, but true influence. It's rooted in the ability to go from hello to yes with people, to open their listening, touch their heart, move things forward. And there's a science. And we unpack that science every Monday night at 7 p.m. We'll have to have some of you guys there one night at some point to actually like roll through the interview process. This is the introduction to our world. And then we unpack influence as a superpower and then how to scale it and grow with it. So it's been an honor and a privilege, you know, fine folks. And Kayla, how was your day today? And any final from you?
Oh man, I just loved it. Just listening to all of you. Exactly what Sean said. Like, you guys are doing big things in this world, creating movement and growth. And yeah, it's just an honor to be here and listen to you guys. I want to do this every day.
Kayla's booked us on some extraordinary stages already. And Kayla, how are we doing with the feedback so far on the stages you've booked? I don't know. Yeah, Unblinded and myself on.
Oh, well, we're just getting started, but so far, you know, Sean blows people away every time he gets on stage, every time he talks on Zoom. People just are not expecting it. And I kind of like what you said. Someone said this, that like you had no expectations coming in here today, but like you were blown away. And I think that's kind of how it is all the time. Just like, you know, Sean, he has a bunch of people that really understand him this way, but not a huge amount of followers, we say, like on Instagram, because Yeah, people might not know him yet, but he is going to change the world.
Oh yeah.
So two quick final, like with the power of influence. I had the unique privilege of having 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, a $27 million verdict and a $33 million verdict, one of only 2 attorneys in America at $1.2 million to achieve that feat between 2014, 16, the only one that was blind. But why I bring it up is because in both cases, we had $0 offers going to trial, and both were in business breakup cases. And in both situations, our jury verdict consultant said the case might be worth $3 million. And we got 27 million, 33 million, creating unique distinctions of access that people don't see what they don't see about. Final, I had the privilege of jumping on Tony Robbins' stage and selling $10 million in programs on his behalf with no financial incentive on my part, just for what I believe in 9 minutes, turning a $100,000 program into an impulse buy for people integriously, because I believe in it completely, has changed my life. I don't sell for Tony Robbins, by the way. We have our own programs in the world, but I share that because other fine folks might have been up there and sold $1 million in programs. Our ability to create exponential differences with the power of a Gandhi or a Mother Teresa is a science. It's not just because we care. It's not just because we're heart-centered. It's because there is a mechanism that looks like magic, but is really a predictable formula. And that's what we unpack here. It's been an honor and a privilege. Dan, Tommy, Rich, Anthony, Marlon. Thank you. Kayla, and on behalf of the entire Unblinded team, have a beautiful day. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Likewise.